One Wake is a broad-based power organization. We are ethnically diverse, multi-faith, and nonpartisan. We are Muslims and Christians and Jews. We are people who may not subscribe to any religious faith. We are Black, white, brown. We are renters and homeowners. We are professionals and blue-collar workers. We are registered Republicans, Democrats, Independents, and other. We are 42 member institutions and growing, people of faith and people of goodwill from across Wake County, representing every corner of this vast county, from urban Raleigh to the rapidly growing municipalities to the north, south, east, and west. What brings One Wake together across all our diversity is a shared vision of what Martin Luther King Jr. called the beloved community, a society grounded in justice and equal opportunity and love of our fellow human beings, a society in which all are embraced and none are discriminated against. As One Wake, we have hope. We have a vision for our communities, and we are relentlessly pragmatic. We come with concrete solutions to common problems, solutions which arise not from think tanks in Los Angeles or DC, but from the wisdom and lived experiences of ordinary people who live, work, and raise families right here in Wake County. We at One Wake understand that to make the changes we want to see in our communities, we need to build power and exercise that power persistently and consistently over time.
Does your youth struggle to open the Bible? Is your youth building an ark as a result of the way the past year has gone? Does your child no longer trust you as a result of the Abraham and Isaac narrative?
Hello, my name's Mark. You may know me from such movies as Mark 1, Mark 2, and Mark 3, the sequel. I too struggled with opening my Bible, but now, thanks to EYC, I know how to open it and find the right book. I sometimes even read it. Thanks to St. Paul's EYC.
Now let's get serious for a second. Here at St. Paul's, we affirm that there are no social barriers, and that you are loved by God. You are welcome to join us in our exploration of God's love for us, no matter where you are on our faith journey. You are welcome here.
Now I know those other churches are going to try and give you that same sweet deal, which is why I decided to sweeten the pot. That's right, this deal just got better. My team and I will not only help your child's understanding of God's love for them for the low price of free, but we will also feed them. That's right, folks. At every EYC, there's a free community meal to follow the evening of fun and fellowship.
We'll be expected to provide a meal and volunteer for the group some point of the year.
The St. Paul's Food Security Action Group is a ministry that was formed in 2020 in response to the coronavirus pandemic. We distribute food several times a month at local apartment complexes where a high level of food insecurity was identified by Wake County. We're collaborating with dozens of other local churches as part of the Western Region's Community Advocacy Committee. That committee existed before the pandemic to address food security during the summer months when kids are not receiving school lunches. But when the pandemic arose and schools closed down and no one knew when they would reopen, St. Paul's knew we had to try to help. We wanted to help reach families who are facing hunger right here in our surrounding neighborhoods. Food banks were operating, but there was a need to get the food out to families in the communities where they live. And that's where the churches stepped in. St. Paul's, along with the other churches we are working with, is providing volunteers to simply pick up food from designated county sites and then get that food out into the community by distributing it in neighborhoods. During the summer, we served hot meals, fresh produce, and gallons of milk. We're currently distributing produce boxes and dry goods. We distribute on the first and third Saturdays at the Gregory Apartments. and we distribute on the fourth Fridays at Chatham Forest Apartments. Our resources and our schedule change fairly frequently, but our volunteers never fail to get the job done, and we usually have a fantastic time doing it. Join us.
In a troubled world filled with illness, war, and racial and ethnic strife, what can we at St. Paul's do to love God, love our neighbor, and change the world? For those of us who work with the Refuge for Refugees ministry at St. Paul's, we have decided that we can welcome refugees to our community, one family at a time. For us, there is no better way to show God's love for our neighbor than to help resettle these refugees, people who have been forcibly displaced from their home country and for whom it is unsafe to return. Listen now to the testimony of one of the refugees we have helped resettle.
My name is Roxara Fatimi. I'm from Afghanistan, but I came from Pakistan with my family. It took us 7 years to come to the United States of America because we were not safe there, and every minute and every second was a fear of death. Now I live in the United States and I'm safe. This country gave me the opportunity to be a successful woman in the future. Now I know that I'm human, and now I know my rights. I love this country.
If you would like to join us in this ministry and demonstrate God's love for all our neighbors, go to the Refuge for Refugees page on the St. Paul's website or send an email to a ministry leader. Or today, simply stay tuned and join in our Zoom breakout room for this mini ministry fair.
And fade to black, and we're out. How does an organization with a handful of paid full-time staff deliver its critical messaging to more than 700 members? Well, that would be easy to answer if we all receive messages in the same way, but with preferences ranging from U.S. mail delivery to instant messaging, it can be tricky trying to reach everyone effectively. That's why both the Communications Committee and the Information Technology Committee work to support the staff and congregation in spreading the word about news and events. The IT Committee maintains a careful watch on the infrastructure and systems that support our computers, internet, printed materials, and phone systems. They also provide long-range planning for equipment needs as we expand our audio-visual technologies. The Communications Committee leverages the creative talents of our volunteers to get our message out with a variety of media. Traditionally, we've published newsletters, electronic updates, website and Facebook posts to keep people informed. Our new live events on Facebook, such as morning prayer and Sunday services, have sparked interest and expanded avenues for outreach. And we're always looking to grow our teams as we expand into new technologies. If you're interested in adding your talents or insight to our IT or communications efforts, please let us know. We could use help with running our live streams, teaching members to use technologies, and promoting the work of our ministries in the community through print and electronic media. Check us out at the Ministry Fair.
Care and Share is like a bridge between the Care and Share volunteers and team and the clergy. We often get messages that someone has a need. We always share that with the clergy. And when the clergy finds someone who has a need, they share that with us. Everything that we do is confidential, just between the team and the clergy, and then we use our volunteers to help us do the work that needs to be done. We provide in-reach services, assistance for people who have needs. That could be from meals, transportation, to appointments or church. We help with funeral receptions. We also provide resources for people who have a need that is bigger than what we can do.
I was invited to join the Care and Share ministry, and it was something that really appealed to me because my nursing background fed into that, but it also allowed me, especially once I'd stopped work, to continue to be able to care for others in a number of different ways. Last spring, I was purchasing some flowers, and the kind gentleman offered me flowers every week if I wanted them, so that we could deliver flowers on a bigger scale. And since then, we've developed a core group of people who pick up the flowers, who arrange the flowers, and a group of delivery people. And we have found that this has brought at least as much joy to those of us who are preparing these flowers as the people we deliver to.
I've been involved in the leadership part of Care and Share ministry for about 14 years, and I love it.